9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. That was a funny start to the show, I'm sure, but we're here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. We're going to be getting into all the nitty-gritty. We're going to get to Bitmine a little bit. We're going to get into Tom Lee and, of course, get over to their $20 billion raise that they're doing, that they applied for with the prospectus to the SEC. And we're going to get into the hot PPI print. That's the warehouse factory kind of inflation prices before it gets to the retail prices. So we're going to talk about that. Came in a bit hot there. And what impact has that had on market expectations around interest rate cuts in September? We're going to obviously get into PulseChain and the markets, crypto and Torus. So we've got lots in store today. So I hope you guys enjoy it. First of all, though, let's share the show. Share show on X. And so I'm just going to post the link to that as usual. Make sure you get out there and share it. Sharing is caring, as they say. Sharing is caring. And get out there and share today. There we go. Right there is the link to the show. I'm going to pin it to the top. Replacing the old farm that we had. We had the old farm second article for the farm up there. If you're a one out there, don't forget to post that out as well. It is part of our education series from the Kryptonite Show. Send it around if you want some people to learn about all the farms. That's perfect for people to do that. So get out there and do that. Pretty exciting, as we say. And of course, don't forget to get in the chat as well. Let us know what you are doing out there in crypto, what you're excited about. Were you shocked about the PPI print being a bit hotter and stuff like that? So let us know how you get on there. So let's talk about that. All right. So what else are we going to say? Let's see here. We're going to talk about all the new buys. I guess we'll talk about the buys. Well, the last buys that we had, of course, on the old Ethereum Strategic Reserve. Let's see who's in the chat there. We've got Fast Abdul and nice and early. I'm here for the tech. Great. Fast Abdul doing some exciting stuff out there with ink printer. Of course, a founder in the house. We've got Frank White, another founder as well. PLS Start. He's pushing out the PulseChain ecosystem. Fantastic job there, Frank. We always appreciate that. And of course, you've got to check out the website. We've got Property View in the house there. Good day, suit man. Hey, Property View, big shout out to you. If you haven't checked out Property View channel, he's a pretty awesome YouTuber himself. What do? You do high-end properties, like multi-million-dollar properties reviews. So big shout out to him. What else? We got TJ in the house there. I chat alone, with nobody else, says TJ. That's was it Thorogood Parody, says TJ. Welcome and morning to you. At least afternoon. I don't know where you are, but morning for me. It's actually a midday. That's afternoon for me. Hexagrader here as well. I'm here for the pump. The pump is out there somewhere. Hexagrader. All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into the markets and see how they've gone. Let's talk about the results right now. So, bam. Let's do that. TJ says New York, a big city of dreams. A big shout there, TJ. You're up there with Brian. Brian's up in New York. New York State, I guess, is a big state. So, yeah, as opposed to New York City, I guess. Q Baller in house there. Morning all. Good to see you, Q Baller. Welcome to the chat as well. Don't forget to share the channel out there, guys. It is just ramping up. We're ramping up here. Stock market today. What's that croaky voice there? S&P 500 ekes out a record close, but inflation jitters persist. So there we go. Stock market, probably expecting a little bit of PPI inflation and holding up pretty nicely there. Dow Jones flat, essentially down 11 points to 44,911. S&P 500 is up 2 points, so basically flat as well. That's 6,468, and the Nasdaq is pretty much flat as well. Down 2.47 points, 21,710. So pretty flat on the stock market there. There we go. But S&P 500 is actually a record close, up 2 points. Who would have thought? About that? Now, the US dollar sitting at 98.06 versus its trading partners. Let's have a look at the commodity. Commodities West Texas, $64. Brent oil, $67. Both of them up slightly. And then gold there is actually down slightly, $4.60 to $3,378. Silver is down 5 cents to $38, but both of them looking pretty good. So not too much of a move with the PPI data. We also had Intel surged, help cut losses. So Intel helped save the day, really. Jumped more than 7% following a Bloomberg report that President Donald Trump is in discussion with chipmaker about US taking a stake in the company. How about that? So that moved the helped move the chip makers' par losses to end the day green. So pretty cool. PPI surged, of course. Came in, final demand came in for 0.9%. Now, with these PPI, with the CPI data, you've always got to break them down a little bit to see exactly what's driving them. And so, sometimes the media can be sensational with the data. So take that into account. For demand came in 0.9% on a monthly basis in July, but this accelerated after it was unchanged in June. So remember, this is kind of the factory prices, gate prices, people might call them. In the 12 months to July, the figure came in at 3.3%, speeding up from 2.4%. So quite a jump there. Economists had predicted readings of 0.2 and 2.5. So this is well above expectations there. The hotter than expected PPI report, or Producers Price Index report, was largely the result of a rise in service costs in July, with service costs increasing 1.1% in July, marking the largest monthly gain since March 2022. So that was from Stifle Economics there. Following the data, odds on a September rate cut dropped slightly from 90% to 90% from 97%. We're going to see where that is today. Elsewhere, the number of Americans filing new applications for jobless benefits fell last week amid low layoffs, dropping 3,000 to a seasonally adjusted 224,000 for the week ended August the 9th there. So that's pretty much it. Some of the highlights here. Let's go to the rate monitor and see how that's going with the market expectations. It's a bit tricky here. It's not letting me click on the damn thing. Let me try that again. All right. That's one more time. Damn thing. PG channel. We got 4 weeks and 5 days and 17 hours to go till the 17th of September. And we've got, the market still sitting there at 90%, expecting a 25 basis point cut. It's not too much damage from the PPI at this stage. So that is kind of where we are right now. Let's jump over to, I guess, the crypto markets. Before we do that, we're going to check out anyone else in the chat. Eddie says, crypto retests in a bull run is bullish. Woo, says Eddie. Yeah. Well, we expect a lot of little retests, right? And then once we have a big rally, we expect a big retest, and then we expect it to run again, right? That's kind of, I guess, some of the expectations there. Liberty just, wow, says Hex to Mars. It's likes the Liberty coin there on the old PulseChain. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, it was doing pretty well yesterday for sure, wasn't it? Let's jump over to, I guess, the crypto markets and see how that's going. We're going to do a review of crypto. Bam. Let's go. All right. So there we are. 4.09 trillion market cap right now, down 3.9%. So still over 4 trillion. That's the good news. We've got 18,127 coins on CoinGecko. Moving to the charts here, we've got Bitcoin sitting at 118,500. So Bitcoin is down 4.2%. After that move to 124,000, which we had live on the show. Wasn't that awesome? We had that live on the show. In fact, I'm just going to quickly check something up because I posted a video on TikTok yesterday. Yes, I did. I posted a video to see how it would go. So I put a little video there. It got 92 views. So there we go, 92 views. So it didn't get 1 million views. I got 92. So it's, it can be, you got to put in probably the work there to get the TikTok. But I want to do a test. I'm going to do a few more tests on the old TikTok and see how we go there. We got Ethereum right now sitting at 4,570. It's down 3.9% and sitting at number 2. XRP is down 5.9%, $3.09. Number 5 is BNB. That's down 0.7% at $841. We've got Solana at number 6, down 4.5% at $192. Number 9 is Tron, down 1.1% at just below 36 cents. And finally, our top 10 is Cardano. ADA there sitting down 0.5%. And funny enough, it is it flipped Doge? Yeah, Doge being flipped there. So we have seen a flippening today. And the market caps are pretty similar, aren't they? Look at that, 33.72, 33.72. Only a little difference there between them in the thousands of dollars. Isn't that crazy? So we have seen a flippening today. And Cardano is up 0.5%. So there we go. And Doge is down 8.6%. So a little bit of drama there in the top 10. And we saw that musical cheers a month or so back, didn't we? So that's kind of where we are right now. The best performer over the last 24 hours, I guess, or at least the least worst, is BNB, down 0.8% from what BNB Best performer is Cardano there, of course, number up 0.6%, sitting at number 10. Best one in the top week, of course, is Ethereum. And no, actually it's Cardano. So Cardano flipped that as well. Is now the best performer over the week, up 18.8%. So nice little move there. Charles Hodgkinson will be very happy about that, won't he? I'll be happy about that. So looking at the top 1,000, let's have a look at that. So we've got OKB sitting up 112% this week. What a move, eh? Sitting at number 35, sitting at $97.60. So great for OKB there. Arbitrum up 25%. And that is sitting at number 54 right now. Qcoin exchange, which is a pretty good exchange really for a centralized exchange. Obviously, we're in DeFi because DeFi is really crypto. But it's up 25% for the week. Chainlink there at number 13 is up 23% at $20.50. And then we got obviously liquid staked ETH there, ETH up 19% on the back of Ethereum. But look at Cardano just sitting at number 6 there, not too far behind. So there we go, big moves. Cardano, the big move today, I guess. Top gainers in the top 1,000, we've got Scale, Diverge Loop, and AI Analysis Token, all up pretty nicely, 50-70%. So we can look at Scale and see what that's all about. Number 264 in the index, and you can see it's been around since August the 8th, so only 7 days or something. And the price was down at 2 cents, and now it's at 5 cents, and really breaking away. And it is on the Ethereum chain. It's got a couple of different sites here, so we're going to go to skate.space, and it's got ecosystem, developers, stuff like that. The first blockchain built for the next generation of DeFi and AI. So it's kind of what that's about. So you can check that out. It's sitting pretty strong, actually. 285 million market cap at number 264, and only just launched. So that might be something to look at. Pretty exciting. Could have a lot of value upside there. And what else we got? We got Diverge Loop at number 2. And the top gainers sitting at number 347. And this has been around since when? August the 8th as well. Same time. Is this related? It might be related there. That's was starting off at 11 cents, is now at 21 cents. And it is on different chain, BSC. And so look, it's got a website. No website on this one, but that is on the move. Diverge Loop right there. And then finally, the top 1,000, we've got AI Analysis Token. So sitting in AI theme, and that is sitting at number 990. So it's just moved in the top 1,000 from the looks of it. Been around also since the 8th of August. Oh, I've got it on the 7-day. My bad. Sorry, guys. I got it on the wrong day. You'd have to check the start dates for all those other two now. We got the 19th of January, 2024. When did I change it to the 7 days? When did I do that? I can't remember. But anyway, it's just come off the bottom here. We're sitting down at 21 cents. It's now at 32 cents. It is on Ethereum chain as well. And they do have a website here, so we're going to check that out. Oh, what the hell was that? Adobe. Get lost, ad. Man, it's horrible when that happens on live stream. All right, so we've got AI analysis. So we've got an ecosystem here, a card, a token, exchange. Could be pretty interesting. Company and affiliates, unlike the AI analysis ecosystem with A8. So that's on there as well. But they do seem to have a few features like a card. So I wonder what the card is, a credit card or something like that. They're on some exchanges as well. Might be worth checking out, but the card and token. So what's the card about? Let's have a look at that. PulseChain. We need a PulseChain credit card, don't we? PulseChain credit cards, bridging crypto to fiat transactions globally with the AIA crypto card. I guess there's some relationship to crypto.com, isn't it? They have a card that you can route via PulseChain. Maybe not directly, but it's something we're looking forward to for PulseChain, right? Whoever brings that out first, I guess it's going to be pretty bullish. What do you guys think in the chat there? Let us know if you know anything around about credit cards for PulseChain. That would be the next big mover. All right, so trending, we've got Scale, Pinlink, and Dogs. There's a play at the moment. I do know one player that's coming with a credit card for PulseChain. That's a little mic drop there, if you guys are aware. So we're sitting, that's where we are right now. So kind of cool. 4.09 trillion, and we're sitting with Bitcoin at 180,500, Ethereum there at 4,565, and of course the big mover today is Cardano flipping Doge, and only just by a few $100,000 there, maybe 150,000, something like that. So there's the play. Also, don't forget, if you're on X, don't forget to smash out that spread the channel around. Show on X, get out there and do that. What else? We've got some more people in the house, so let's go to that one before we get into breaking down the strategic ETH reserve and Tom Lee and Bitmine. Let's see who else has jumped in there. We got the Diamond Hands. Red days are for buying, says Diamond Hands. They are indeed. And of course, Brendan says, Watch a Guru recorded large liquidations overnight, shaking out before continued breakouts, says Brennan. Nice perspective there. Very, very cool. It's not really a perspective. It's just what's happening, right? That's what I'm talking like AI. Everything's a perspective. Nice perspective there. 1 + 1 = 2. Nice perspective. I got punched in the nose. Nice perspective. Nice perspective. We got the Yellowtail in the house there. Tim Lee, number 1, says, Tom Lee. Yeah, Tom Lee. Yeah. Tom Lee, number 1. Yeah, boy. All right, so let's jump into the big moves here. So obviously, when the prices are cheap, you know that these guys are probably trying to buy. Obviously, need a bit more money, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get into that too. Bam, bam, bam. All right, so the Strategic ETH Reserve, obviously sitting at 3.57 million, 16.33 billion with the price coming back. 70 participants, 2.95% of supply, so no change in the acquisition amounts over the last few days. Last big buy was on the 12th of August. We're now on the 14th or 15th of August, depending where we are, 14th of August. So Exilla was the last big buy, 82,200, and Nexus before that, along with SharpLink. And of course, Bitmine there on the 11th. So we had 3 big buys there. Now, obviously, we've got Bitmine Immersion sitting at number 1, SharpLink at number 2, Ether Machine at number 3, Ethereum Foundation number 4, and then PulseChain Sacrifice sitting at number 5. We did see, Ivan on Tech talk about in a jokingly fashion around the PulseChain Sac. But of course, Richard was the one that put it on here. Yes, we know Richard, whoever is his man who's handling his affairs, has control over it, is the case. But of course, Richard's talked about pumping his own coins with the strategy of flipping it into Ethereum, which he did from DAI, and of course then buying back his own coin. So that's kind of the play there. And he was one that instigated it, putting it on here. So all that good stuff. And of course, Richard has been posting out hyper bullish posts over the last day or two about how PulseChain's about to break through. And so we're looking forward to that. That's all going to happen pretty suddenly. And so get excited. That's all I can say. So that's kind of the play right now. We've got Coinbase sitting at number 6, Bit Digital, number 7, an acquisition vehicle as well. Everything with a T on it is an acquisition vehicle. A lot of new money coming in from stock market. With some partnerships with existing, crypto institutions. Number 8 there, Mantle. Number 9, Golem Foundation. And number 10, which is the latest move into the Big 10, went from out of nowhere into number 10, and that is Exilla. And that, of course, did a great big buy. And that was one of the last big buys there on the 12th. That was the last one, 82,000, which is pretty awesome, and is now number 10. Now, we're expecting potentially we could see over the next year, probably see another 50 entities into this list probably. So look forward to that. It's going to happen pretty fast over the next 6 to 12 months. So we could have a very full list indeed. Currently we have on here 71, and we've had a few new people move in there. You do have to have 100 ETH to get registered on here. So it's kind of cool, and that's where we are. And I do have other tabs. So we've got the all SER. So SER, of course, the Strategic ETH Reserve. Then we have SER Treasuries. We've currently got 14 of those. So these are all the big capital, all the big institutions coming in, quickly trying to raise capital in a very clever way to buy Ethereum. And a lot of these will be here for the long term. So they're going to make stake. They're going to go into staking, a lot of them, and of course earn that sweet reward and get a premium on their asset value. Of course, that the asset value is and what they call NAV, net asset value. Basically, it's their assets minus liabilities divided by their shares on issue, fully diluted shares. And then, of course, they're going to multiply that by the MNAV. That's the other part. So there's 2 parts of the formula, the NAV and the MNAV. And that will give them a theoretical price. And the MNAV will be the premium. Premium will be based on their staking income, multiplied by a multiplier, right? So just like you do in the stock market, you have a multiplier for your earnings. So it might be 20x or 25x. And then, of course, they're also going to be adding that MNAV formula includes the amount of volume they're turning over and the amount of liquidity as well. So you've got that circulation, and of course, Bitmine is very large, one of the top 20 in the world, even compared to the Magnificent Seven. So they get a very high MNAV on that count, right? So that's very important. So you take your NAV times MNAV, that premium, and of course you get basically an X on an X or a multiplier there, just like we do in crypto, right? If Pulse goes up 10x, and you're holding SolidX, for example, goes up 10x versus PulseX, then you're going to get 100x, right? So it's kind of that kind of idea sitting in the background. Of course, the market price will always move around, plus or minus that sort of theoretical number. And of course, you may see, Bitmine, for example, selling some of their own shares at a premium and then buying more ETH with it, right? So they can accumulate ETH not just by raising capital, but by also, potentially selling down their own shares at a premium when the market's bullish, and then buying more ETH with it and reinvesting it. So there's lots of little tools these guys have got they can do. Tom Lee's pretty clever like that. But we've got a competition going on, right? We've got Bitmine looking for 6 million shares, 5% of the Ethereum supply. And of course, we know that the Ethereum is largely, we've got a huge amount staked, about 35, 40%, somewhere in that ballpark is staked. And of course, big protocols like Lido with like 9 million ETH staked. So they've got to get, if they're going to buy ETH, that much ETH, they've got to go buy it off the market and do OTC deals. And that's basically it. So they have expected to push the market price up, right? Tom Lee keeps talking about 15,000, 16,000 by the end of the year, because they're going to be a key catalyst to make that happen, right? When they're going out to buy 6 million coins, they're going to help make that happen. So they have an idea of where they think the price is going to go and how they're going to push it up, right? We also see that Sharp Link also after 1 million, they're up at 600,000 right now, and we know that there's more organizations coming in to raise capital to do that, right? So we know Nexus down at number 7 here is looking to raise another $5 billion. So we know that there's $5 billion from them at the very minimum. We know that there's $20 billion being raised by Bitmine, and all this money is going to come in and buy Ethereum up before the end of the year and into next year, right? And we know that also they are racing against each other. So there's a very fast game. They're also going, Tom Lee particularly at Bitmine's going extremely fast because they also improves their value, right, on their MNAV. So they're really, really racing up here with their NAV and the MNAV, and it's game on to create as much value and get that number one position, first mover advantage, because they know there's going to be an absolute tsunami of organizations coming in. And so that's all reason for speed. And we know that something like 12 times faster than Bitcoin at this stage, and they all did it in like 6 weeks. So it's game on. So it's going to be exciting into the end of the year. Very, very cool. Declared buys. Isn't that awesome? So that's kind of where we are right now. And of course, we're going to break down a little bit into a Bitmine here. Currently, it's got a MNAV of 1.82. So we've kind of given a quick update there. That's a little update. They've almost got 1% of supply. They're going for 5%, remember? So they've still got quite a bit of work to do. And they need to raise capital, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So kind of cool. Now, this share price has been moving around quite a bit as well. Their market cap at 10.5 billion, but the share price right now is $60. $60 there. So that's the pretty much reflects the NAV times the MNAV, and of course the market price can move around plus or minus, right? So that's kind of the play there. And on the PPI, it probably moved down a little bit there. I think intraday trading was up over $70. So that's kind of the mark there on Bitmine measurement. Obviously, you've got SharpLink, Ether Machine, and many others operating as well. But we're going to zoom in on the big giant Bitmine for the moment. Although we know that Nexus is coming in with 5 billion, they want to get themselves also up near where Bitmine is, because Bitmine's valued at 5.26 billion. That is the play. So let's have a look at the perspectives. This is what Bitmine basically filed with the SEC. And we can see that they've shares of common stock have an aggregate gross offering price of up to $24.5 billion, comprising of up to $2 billion under the prospectus, $2.5 billion under the prior prospective supplement, and $20 billion under this prospective supplement. So that's kind of the play there. They've obviously got their stocks, their 512 million shares of common stock, assuming sales of 339 million shares of a common stock in this offering at a price of $58.98. And of course, we saw that they're currently at $60 on the market, which was the last reported sale price. So they're obviously up slightly since then. And of course, that's on the New York Stock Exchange. And of course, that was 11th of August there. So that is where they are right now. So that's basically the idea of what they're doing. The risk factors, your shares in our common stock involve substantial risks, of course. You got to read those all out. We may use the net proceeds of the sales of our shares of common stock for general corporate purposes, which will include, amongst other things, debt repayment, repurchase of shares of common stock, working capital, or other expenditures. And of course, we may also use such speech to fund acquisitions of business assets and technologies. So they've got a pretty general purpose there, because of course, primarily they're going to use it to buy Ethereum, right? So that's kind of the play there. All right, so that is it with that from the perspective, so that you can see how big it is. It's a big thing, big submission. They've got a lot of sort of stuff in here: dividend policy, plan of redistribution, legal matters, and stuff like that. So that's kind of the idea of how they're raising capital. So I thought we'd just have a quick look at that, just to see, this is kind of how they do it, and raising $20 billion, and they're basically trying to get the capital so that they can aggressively buy Ethereum before everyone else, because they're competing against everyone else, right? And of course, the faster they do it, the more value they create for their own shareholders, right? So that's the ultimate game there, and of course, on the road to glory. So that's kind of a little bit of background there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to check out this document, of course, I'll post that link in the chat there, and you can have a deep dive into all the details. But I just wanted to have a quick look at that, just to bring a bit of that sort of more technical detail out. So that is there. All right. So that's going to lead us into talking about PulseChain. So yeah, Tom Lee on the move. It's going super fast. He's doing a lot of press lately as well. That's also free advertising really on a lot of these CNBCs and stuff like that. He is a contributor, I think, but is absolutely crushing it out there, and of course becoming bigger and bigger and bigger all the time. Now they have thousands of hedge funds and thousands of advisors and things like that associated to Bitmine. And of course, they're a top 20 liquidity, with their stock traded as well. So a pretty big deal. Right, I think that's it. We got any more comments? No. All right, let's get into it. Don't forget to get out there and share the channel around. Let's jump into, I guess, PulseChain and get into the nitty gritty. Now, PulseChain really hasn't moved yet, right? We get the golden crosses, but we have not had a big move yet. Brennan Serafina says you got that right. It's Brennan, yeah. Brennan gets a lot of likes. Brendan's one of our moderators, and he's our TA guru in the Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord, definitely join up, and the link's in the video description. It's a private Discord, of course. We have a strategy club, $35 a month, great value, and we have the community membership, which is $12.50 a month. So join up today, and you can meet Brenton in there. All right, jump in the alpha. All right, so where should we go here? Well, let's go back to this view, and we got PulseChain day 826 since PulseChain launched, looking pretty good, because it's not down too much. I mean, it looks kind of red, but it's not too bad. We got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0512, down 2.35%, and we're sitting at 51% of the mean sacrifice price. We got PulseX at the moment at quadruple 039, just below 4,000. So I mean, it'd be nice to be a bit higher than that, down 2.97%. The buy and burn sitting at 7.59%. We got Inc at the moment, $1.98, down 6%, and we got Hex at the moment at 1.15 Hex on PulseChain, and down 6.5%, and then eHex there at 0.2 of a penny. Combined price of eHex and PX on both chains is 1.35 cents. That's for day 826. Let's go to the gas prices. We've got 1.2 million Gwei or beats there, sitting at 2 cents. So it's a bit cheaper than we've had the last sort of week. Validators, 52,694. So that's gone up. Looks like it's gone up like 120 or something. So that's kind of cool. And Bridge sitting at 108.3 million. So a bit down from what we've had. We've been over 109, 110 million, sitting at 108 million right now. ETH has definitely gone down, so we've had a bit of bleeding out of ETH. We've seen little down days over the bridge, net down, 100, 200,000. But I do have a snapshot here from the 8th, which would be about right? That'd be about a week. And we had 6,726 ETH then, so we're down about 200 ETH over the last week. So yeah, we definitely want more ETH and stuff like that in there. The DAI, we're down about $120,000 of DAI. We're down over the last week. eHex, where we're eHex there. Or eHex is obviously the price can move up and down, but essentially we're actually just down slightly on eHex actually in volume, down about 25 million or something. USDC is down about 46,000 USDC. CST, of course, is our native stablecoin. That is pretty much flat, and USD Tether there is actually up. So USD Tether is helping save the day. It is up $115,000. So there we go. And of course, Bitcoin there, hard to see because it's rounding, but Bitcoin is up in value about 30,000. So that's kind of the play there. Yeah, so we lost a bit of ETH, lost a little bit of DAI, probably the ETH the most concerning one there. So let's see how we go moving forward here as we get back into the mix. Now we're going to have a look at PulseChain and look at the values. So let's have a look at that. And we've got 42 million in volume. That's pretty awesome, right? And where's most of the volume coming from? That's a huge jump in volume. Well, we got the OG web chef back on the move. Look, $5 million getting turned over from Remember. So that's pumping back up there. PulseX and Hex, of course, being the other primary ones that are showing up right now. But that's a pretty big jump in volume. We typically be doing about 26, 28 million. Now we're at 42 today. Obviously a slight down day. Now we do have some cool stuff happening. We got Xavier. Obviously, Xavier is the latest big influencer coming to PulseChain. Technically, I guess he's the. If you moved Ivan on Tekka side as a dedicated crypto influencer, and of course he does cover PulseChain from time to time. He's a generalist though, and of course we have Xavier coming in here. And so big shout out to him, and he's got about 480,000 followers. So just a little bit of a beginning of what we're seeing. Obviously, we had the Crypto Paradise team coming over. They're large KOLs, right, in their own rights, and probably combined well over 100,000 followers there, maybe 120, 140. And of course, now we've got Xavier coming in, and we saw another female influencer come in as well on the monster thread, also pretty large. So we are starting to get that little some of the bigger players coming in, which is really great for bringing in new audiences, and also good for the influencers there. So that's been around for 3 hours. Xavier University's got a little support there too with an X10, 534.5%. And I'm not sure if this is his coin. It looks like it might be. So that is on the move right now. And obviously had a nice little move there. This is on the 1 minute chart. Let's go to maybe the hourly chart, because I don't think it's been around that long as that. Let's go 5 minute chart. So it's the 5 minute chart. So just under a little bit of pressure right now, 00028. So we'll find out more data about that. But Xavier University is in the house. What else we got there? Finger Monkey. So this other one, this Xavier President of PulseChain, that is not the official. That's not Xavier's official one. Someone launched that, so just remember that. Has been doing very well, but just remember that it's not the official one there. XVR, it looks like it may well be. I have to double check, but that may well be. So we've got Finger Monkey there. Of course, that came off pump tires. Been around for 2 days, up to 91%, so still holding up there. Liberty, of course, we had a Liberty fan in the chat there earlier. Who was that? Liberty there. We Hexter Mars came in, a Liberty fan. And Liberty fan is still doing very well. It is up on all time frames, 119%. And let's have a quick look at Liberty there. Yeah, look at that, looking pretty good. So Liberty is still ramping up there. Let's go look at the 4 hourly. That is a 4 hourly chart, so still looking very, very good there. Got a website and everything. This is an all access and rewards token for the liquidity Liberty pool and Liberty market on PulseChain. A finite supply, 21 million, with no burning or minting functions. Holders of Liberty support ongoing development and grant access. So there we go. That is on the move. Let's have a quick look at the website as well. And bam, bam, bam. It's got read the white paper. Looks like the Declaration of Independence or something. We got token address and Liberty chart. If we believe in free markets for free people, we believe in privacy, we believe in crypto is intended. The charity of modern DeFi, our economic solution. The pillars of the republic. Revolution gathers momentum. So, a little bit of work being put into this whole theme. The next, what is it? The first one, the founding fathers. The second one there, the Continental Congress, smart contract development, etc. So there we go. And declaring independence, and then the Grand Union and Manifest Destiny. So check that out if that's something of interest to you. It's kind of a cool little theme, a little bit more educated than most that we see. So there we go. We got Peacock from Liberty Swap is up 38%. So they're still doing well from the old Liberty Swap. Of course, come on to PulseChain like a storm, sitting just below 1 cent right now, just below 1 cent. And the chart looking still very, very good. Looks like it's had its moment of retrace and is moving a bit higher there. And what else did we got? Xavier, the president of the PulseChain, as we said, up 34%, but down 18% over the last 6 hours. We got Pulse Guy is up 26% at number 6. BFF from Finvestor, so OG Web Chef, they're on the move as well, up 10%. What else we got there? Bullseye there, been around for 9 months, up 5%. A Trooper from James and Maria is up 1.4%. Saw some Minimia holding up. The big corporate on PulseChain, 4.9 cents, and it's up 1% right now. BFF, of course, we saw there. Staked ETH, the fork copy is up 1%. And what else there? Remember, with all the volume, although this one's got not too much volume on it, it's got next to nothing. Number 15 is Doubt token, up slightly as well. So that's pretty much it. We only have a few greens in the top 15. Not a lot of action. Obviously, a down day on that PPI number with the retrace, right? So that's pretty much it. Brennan says 420 million was within 20 minutes, says Brennan. I see. We got Matt and Barley, Pump It Suitman. I appreciate that, Matt. Big shout out. Welcome to the chat as well. Matt says, I can't stop thinking of getting pegged on the old PDI. Yeah, we're going to have a look at the PDI. So we're going to jump away from here and have a look at the old PDI numbers. So let's have a look at that. We're going to do refresh here on Pulse Coin List. We're jumping reports here on PulseChain. And yeah, we had a big run on PDI. And of course, Somi was, it was his piggening. He had talked about something about the global piggening, that all the influencers in PulseChain would be wearing, or at least the co-OLs would be wearing, putting his, I guess, piggenings on our profiles or something like that. So there we are right now. We had 6,600 to the penny, looking very, very good, and had a massive rally. You can see on the charts there. Look at, we got up to a pretty high level. Let's go full screen on this, shall we? And let's go down here. Let's leave it where we are. Let's leave it where. So yeah, we're had a big rally, and we're now at 66. But we did get up to 70. What's it? 75. So 3/4 of a penny, and of course at 1 cent. Apparently, all the co-OLs. It's a great global piggening event. All the co-OLs will put was it PDI? I think it was on our profiles or something like that. And so, yeah, just under 1 penny right now. It's back at 6,600 to the penny. So fantastic. Look at this retrace. Look at this. Remember that event here on the 16th of April with the PDI Maker dump fest and 90% shutdown, I guess you might want to call it. And then, of course, it's all just been up from there. So let's say you didn't even get this put retrace, but you got down here at 00073. Well, you'd be up pretty nicely. You'd be up right now 816% in 106 days, which is a 9x. Of course, at the top there, some of these bigger moves at 70, 3/4 of a penny, you'd be up 10 over 10x. So congratulations if you picked up those. Congratulations. That's true. That's true. Congratulations to you. Now, the other big move that we're seeing, of course, is Wrap Bitcoin, right? So Wrap Bitcoin, and we've talked about Wrap Bitcoin in the past many times. Rick and Michelle recently did an article on Wrap Bitcoin about getting it while it was getting one. It is now currently at $1,000 on the old Wrap Bitcoin. So Wrap Bitcoin doing pretty well. And let's have a look at this as well. Getting one Wrap Bitcoin, just like you get one a Bitcoin, was always the narrative. Well, at the moment, it's $1,000. Can you believe $1,000? And it's had a really big run. It ran all the way from $913 here on the 15-minute chart. Let's go to the daily chart. I got the 15 minutes. What's with the 15 minutes? But let's get into the chart there. Look at that. Woo! You would have been able to pick it up back here on 26th of March for $119. Yep, you could. And of course, we were looking at the chart at the time too. So there we go. We're at that's a 740% move in 141 days. That's a 8.5x, and of course, it has been even higher, up to $1,161, which would have been, basically a 10x from there. So 10x in 140 days, pretty much. So that is a Wrap Bitcoin. Now, obviously, Rackham's, saying, it's could be pretty amazing. So we could have not only a beginning for PDI to $1, but also a beginning of Bitcoin to was it $118,500. So keep a lookout for that. So another 118x from here. What do you guys reckon? 118x from here from Wrap Bitcoin. So yeah, that's kind of where we are on there. So those are some of the obviously ones that people look at a lot. But of course, we've got other ones here that are also part of the whole theme, right? So we're gonna have a quick look at those down here somewhere. We got USDC. So USDC is there too. The fork copy is all fork copies. When PulseChain forked Ethereum on the 10th of May 2023, these are all copied coins, and now they're getting value, right? They're getting value. So the USDC sitting at 4,400th of a penny. So it's about 2/3, I guess, of the PDI. And what's the other one? We got the USD Tether, right? That's probably down here somewhere as well. Let's have a go look where that is. USD Tether down here is at 43, so it's slightly below USDC, and that's currently doing pretty well as well. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And then we've got Briar sitting in here. Briar was having a good time. What's happened to Briar? Down 49% in the last 24 hours, a week, is it? 28%. Is that the real Briar? Is this the same Briar? Is that a different Briar? I don't know if that's the same Briar. But that is sitting at 3.0. So I'm not sure if that's the right one, is it? Maybe it is. Yeah, it is. This is the one actually. So it's just been sold off, and that's interesting. So that's been sold off. That's oh, I got the wrong ratio there. So it looks like it's been sold off overnight. So look at this chart. So it was holding up, but of course this is going to be supported by Rack and Rochelle. Had the farming start yesterday, and that hasn't protected at all. So yeah, it was down managed to be what yesterday got up to 1500th of a penny. It is now down at what's that, 99,000th of a penny. Is that right? I think that's right. So yeah, that is a bit of sell off there on the, I guess, the week news. So even with the Rack and Rochelle supporting it, not holding up. But on the other hand, the Bitcoin is up. So there we go. Bit of a mixed bag there. Waiting for all the platforms to launch, no doubt. What else we got? Sean O'Malley in the house there, buying the dips. Nice. Begging for piggening, says Brennan. Tim Top in the house as well. What's up? Good to see it, Tim Top. Big shout out to you. Looking forward to it. So yeah, Brian there on the pickup. All right, so that is pretty much it on those ones. We're going to jump over to Torus, shall we? We're going to do that. Let's do that. It's a Torus, and we've got Torus here on Ethereum. So we're moving now from PulseChain. We're over on Torus, and we're on day 36. Can you believe it? With 6 hours and 42 minutes into it. Man, time is flying, isn't it? It's just, I don't know, it's flying. But we just keep moving through it. At the moment, if you do a creation, it's 8,100% gain, and that's 92% a day recovery. If you go to staking at the moment, that's 2,782%. Total, and on the daily basis that would be 99%, which is not too bad. You do pay a 5% premium there, entry fee for going and staking, and of course that could flip over those yields if we get above 10 million Titanx per Torus. That's kind of the play. The buy and burn creeping up with the price of Ethereum and Titanx, of course, if that does a reversal. And of course, we were doing pretty well, over $1 million, wasn't we? $1.1 million. I'm not going to add it up today, but it's still looking pretty good. So the buy and burn still got $490,000 in it. The buy and build has got 335,000 in it. And the fractal there is got, what's that, 12, 13, about $240,000 in it. So there we go. Looking at the stats, we've got the payout pool, obviously with ETH coming back a little bit there. We've got the payout pool is at 600, just under 700,000 for the day. And we've got 97,237 coins. Now, this is going down. This Torus that comes out every day is going down by 0.8% every day. So we start off at 100,000, and after 36 days, we're now down to 97,237. This is additional rewards or inflation, however you want to describe it. And of course, that is going to decrease all the time with the maximum potential supply of 125 million. But of course, that's going to get burned off by the buy and burn, etc., and probably used in second layer protocols, right? Because there's going to be an ecosystem built around Torus, and that's going to add even more utility. So it's kind of cool. Liquid supply right now is 767 coins, so that's up about about 300 coins, I think, from yesterday or the day before. So I thought we were down pretty low yesterday, 1460. So we've obviously got inflation day coming out right now, so that's increased the supply, and that seems to, along with maybe the negative news around the PPI and Ethereum pullback, it's got the price down to $17.19. So a couple of factors moving that. We'll see if that gets a rebound later today. Total supply is at 21,350, so definitely total supply gone up. Torus burnt, though, is looking really good, 7,200 tokens almost. And then the stake Torus there at 5,500. And then, of course, the shares, 3.27 billion shares. Those shares, of course, share the reward pool. And then the buy and burn for Titanx is at 221 billion. And, of course, when Unity launches between the 18th and 20th, which is, 3, 4, 5 days from now, that's going to be burning Titanx and at a very fast rate. So it's going to be a massive impact, I think, for Titanx. The more volume that goes through Torus, the bigger impact it will be. So that's kind of the play on the stats here. Let's have a look at the June dashboard, shall we? And see what that's got. So we're going to open that up. We're going to come back to, we're going to finish the show, of course, with Richard Hart. We're going to get into Richard Hart stuff because he's been posting out some hyper bullish things. But before we do that, get in the chat there and we'll read out your comments in a minute. So this is 10 hours old, some of this data, so it's a little bit late in the piece. So we're going to scroll down just to some of the things that we want to see. So total inflation sitting at 12.2 million. So this is the latest one. So we've got 12.2 million in future supply. We've only got 20,300 or something out now, right? So we've got it's a big change in inflation, or at least the reward pool coming up in the future. You can see that change in this chart here, the cumulative future supply, and we're on day, what did we say? Day 36. So far we've had 10,676 coins come out cumulatively, and we started off with 20,000. So that means we had total potential of 30,676. But of course, we've been burning over 7,000, was it? Yeah, over 7,000 tokens, and staked 5,500. So we've eaten up a lot of that new supply, and so we're doing pretty well so far, right? We're posting really well. We're only slightly above where we started by 1,300, I think it was. So kind of cool. And then of course we are entering a period, not at the moment. So we've got a few little jumps here. Between 37 and day 38, it's a little bit of a jump there. So what are we adding? Another 150, so 1,500 coins that day. So it'll be interesting. And then we've got a couple hundred more on day 39. And day 40 is about 300 coins. So not too bad still, right? Not too bad still. That can be quite easily absorbed by the protocol right now. So we should see Torus price stay up quite well right now. But then once we start moving into day 40 and beyond, we slowly start creeping up, right? So start creeping up with additions, 1,000 a day kind of thing. And then we get into, day 44, start increasing a lot there, day 45, day 46, and then day 47, we really jump. So day 47 is the next major step up, right? The step up there, we're going to go from 23,600 coins to suddenly 35,800. So a big step up there as well. So about 12,000 coins or something. So that's our first next step up. Day 27 was our first step up where we started getting a couple hundred to 1,000 coins sort of thing. And that's going to run through essentially to day 46. And then day 46, we've got our next big step up, which is day 47, 35. So that's kind of the play there. And of course, onwards and upwards from there, you can see the chart becomes quite self-evident. By the time we get up to that first 88-day pay, we got 1,677 coins come out. And then day 89, we jumped to 3.4 million. So that's our next big jump. So yes, you can see we've got these step movements and rewards or inflation coming out as well. So we're talking about inflation on volume, not on prices, just to be clear there. But remember, it is going to be a capped amount up to 125 million less. Of course, all the burning, and of course, there's going to be lots of use cases coming up because there's going to be a roadmap as well. So pretty neat there. We're looking for some new big protocol coming from cryptographics too. So it's going to be kind of cool. All right, so that's kind of the breakup there. Let's go. I think that's it. Are we going to talk about? No, we're going to go to creations. It's 10 hours old, so we've had a few more since then, but 1,850 and 164 stakes. And we can see that on the creation activity here. So we've been ticking along about 15, 16, 18 kind of numbers in the last couple of days. We'll probably see different waves happening there. And then snakes there were no stakes the last couple of days, but we did a big stake day on day 33. We had 5 there. So I thought it was going to sneeze, so make sure I don't sneeze. But that's kind of the play on that. That is Torus. And of course, Unity is coming, right? Unity is coming, and that is only about 3 to 5 days away, somewhere in that launch window, the 18th to the 18th to the 20th. And of course, we hopefully will get cryptographics on the show and have a good live stream about that. We'll be covering a lot of that stuff. So Unity is going to be obviously instead of using Titanx and ETH, it's going to be using Pulse and PulseX, and PulseX is going to be get burned off pretty fast. Apparently around about 20x faster than what we see in the buy and burn on PulseChain, on PulseX, I should say, and that's massive. And of course, the more volume you have, the more that's going to burn. So I look forward to it. I think it's going to have pretty big adoption on PulseChain, and of course, we know that cryptographics doing big round trips around the influencers and community, holding X spaces and live shows and lots of cool stuff like that. So we're getting pretty excited with it. We'll head to pretty clever tokenomics, and we're going to see it all play out, and it's going to be a fun time. All right, so let's quickly check some of the posts here before we get into Richard Hart, because he's been posting out some hyper bullish posts. So get excited. In fact, some of Richard's posts have been amazing. So kind of cool. Maybe some of them I haven't even read, so we shall see. I'm just going to pull them up, get in the chat there, and let your comments be known. How far back am I going? How far down the rabbit hole will I go? I think we're going to go, just start off with this one here, I think. All right, so let's see who else has jumped in the chat there. We've got Doozer Boos, of course. Cheers, everybody. Chin chin. Smash the like button, says Hextamas. Definitely smash that. And Hextamas says peacocks are cool too. So peacocks there. Liberty and peacocks there. Yeah, Liberty swap, right? Liberty swap. Looking good. All right, so let's jump into the bullish stuff here around Richard Hart. And this will be our last topic of the day. We're at 50 minutes on the hour. And we've got this PulseChain. PulseChain is coming to town, passing all barriers. PulseChain is coming to town, passing all barriers and breaking all resistances. Isn't that awesome? It's coming to town. So obviously we've got maybe within the next week, it must be about that time now, 200,000 electronic devices landing in the United States and going to be distributed in some cool vans or something like that. So we're excited about that. So yeah, coming to town, passing all barriers and breaking all resistances. Post exactly which things you would like people most to be. Let me say that again. Post exactly which things you think people most be most those two double up there. Be most excited to know, including PulseX and Hex. If you were writing someone a heartfelt letter, what would you want them to know? So there we go. That is the letters, and I guess we got the train moving. So I think that was pretty bullish from Richard. 243,000 views on that, which is pretty neat. We had SolidX do a reply there as well. We had a few others there, which is pretty cool. We've had Emmett and Liquid Loans in the mix there. Liberty Swap all adding in a letter. Well, they did a letter, didn't they? Friend to friend, I warned you. The government keeps firing up the money printers, so that is from Liberty Swap. So there's a few letters there people can read that people have put in there as replies, and that's what Richard asked for, right? So pretty bullish post. The PulseChain train is coming to town, passing all barriers and breaking all resistances. And of course, what do people want to hear? That's going to be pretty cool. So maybe the electronic devices has a continuous, message flow on it. We shall see exactly, or maybe it's just the labeling. We'll find out. But that is the kind of cool. What else we got there? We had this from Richard as well. Basically, the dollar has never bought less Bitcoin or Ethereum than it does now. Yet stablecoins have $250 billion of market cap. Do you all sit in stables, hate making money, or love counterparty risk, or what? That was from Richard there. Seen 5,000 views on that. Let's jump away to the next one. And we had this one here. You might have heard Google is banning crypto wallets in Android. They're not. From an official Google Act 1 hour ago, non-custodial wallets are not in scope of Google's Play cryptocurrency exchanges and software wallets policy. We are updating the Help Center to make this clear. What else we had here 15 hours ago? So this is really getting in near term. Ethereum is PulseChain's testnet. Few people like ETH. Few people like ETH as much as I do. Some say the best thing that could have happened for Ethereum's price is for everyone to have given me all the ETH. Isn't that awesome? That's awesome there. Hashtag PulseChain Sack. Pulse receives the benefits of the work ETH devs do. So Pulse receives the benefits of the work that ETH developers do. Obviously, PulseChain is a full system state fork of Ethereum based on the 10th of May, 2023, but doesn't have the costs because obviously they're doing all the work to do the upgrades, right? And we haven't had a lot of we haven't had the EIEP upgrades since PulseChain, so we're still pretty robust. We don't have a lot of second layers eating our lunch, all that sort of stuff, so much. So we got it doesn't have the risk of pushing out new features. It can pull new features in as they're proven useful and safe there. So they'll take new features if they are useful to PulseChain. The Ethereum Foundation selling down the ETH price to pay developers, and of course we see that in the strategic reserve. They sell to like 1,000 ETH every week or so, and so we're expecting them to slowly move down on the leaderboard of the strategic ETH reserve. The foundation's selling down the ETH price to pay developers to benefit Pulse is kind of like ETH Foundation investing in Pulse with their money, which is pretty cool. And of course, we use this analogy on this channel all the time, right? We use this one, just like Tom Lee raising all this billions of capital is going to flow in to benefiting all of us here with the amount of money that's coming in, right? So pretty exciting. Which is fair because PulseChain has given so very, very much to Ethereum. and that is true. So much buy pressure and so many free coins. Heck, I'm one of the few people out there with the balls to tell you how much better Ethereum is than Bitcoin. If Ethereum is great, so is its faster, cheaper version, PulseChain. Crypto Twitter is already all over the place promoting one thing I care about, Ethereum. You all might as well promote the rest. It's good stuff. So that is from Richard there. 70,000 views on that. And we get lots of nice responses in the chat there. All right, so that's kind of cool. And of course, yeah, someone posted the previous snapshot before the stock market firms came in. This is the status of where the strategic ETH reserve was. And of course, Richard got in there on nice and early, front running all these big institutions like Bitmine. And you can see us, we were at number 2 there. How times have changed, right? How times have changed. All right, so that is kind of cool. And of course, what else we got here from Richard 14 hours ago? Some people buy Ethereum and some sell. Buyers are winning. And of course, that's showing the case that Bitmine Emission is there, Sharplink Gaming, Ethereum Machine, Ethereum Foundation, and then PulseChain SAC there, right above Coinbase. Of course, Ethereum and Coinbase there are down selling, but the PulseChain is sitting no change. Meanwhile, we've got all these new entities coming in from stock market with some, crypto partners is on the move big time. So, some people buy Ethereum and some people sell. Buyers are winning. And so, PulseChain SAC sitting there, not selling, so they're winning too. And of course, they're winning on the back of all these other people. So not only are we winning through them pumping into Ethereum, but we're winning because PulseChain SAC is winning. That makes that one more too, because it goes up in value. And that potentially could be used for PulseChain, right? In multiple ways. There's multiple ideas out there, from bridging it over, locking in the bridge, to having all those funds come over. There's to buying, to lending protocols. There's lots of different ideas out there that could be used, right? And of course, just sitting there as well as maybe doing nothing strategy is good too. So kind of cool. We got crazy stuff going on there. So yeah, that is where we are right now. So that was pretty cool. And of course, we know that Ivan on Tech was making having a good joke on his show. Obviously, he's still supportive of the community, but likes to have a little fun, right? That's his style. And Richard Hart posted this I think pretty much after that. So some people buy Ethereum, some people sell. Buyers are winning. So how about that? That's pretty cool from Richard. 12 hours ago, and I haven't read this, right? So this is where this is all new to me. Inflation, deflation, CPI, PPI. Pit pat piffy wing wong wang. Just like that, cryptocurrency is still the best performing asset class in human history. Fear is how Wall Street bought your precious coins for cheap. History lesson: Bitcoin was $382 on the day of the post in the image below in 2023. It was $1,000 19 days later. It was $124,000 today. That's a 324x there. So there we go, and it's a cool little update here. We might as well maybe we even read this out. So it says, I typed D that title twice because I knew it was the wrong one first time. Still wrong. GF's out. The lesbian bar BDC crashing. Why am I holding? I tell you why. It's because I'm a bad trader, and I know I'm a bad trader. Yeah, you good traders can spot the highs and the lows. Pity, paff, pity. Piffy wing wong wang, just like that, and make a million bucks for sure, no problem, bro. Likewise, the weak hands are like, oh, it's going down, I'm gonna sell, he, and then they're like, oh god, etc. So when the smart traders know, and they're doing buying back in, but what I'm not part of that group. When traders buy back, I'm already part of the market capital. So guess who's going to cheat your cheating day? Traders, not me. Those taunt threads saying, "Oh, you should have sold." No crap there. I should have sold. I should have sold moments before every sell and bought moments before every buy. But what's not everybody is as cool as you. Only sell in the bear market if you are a good day trader or an illusion noob. People in between hold in a zero-sum game such as this. Traders can only take your money if you sell. So I've had some whiskey actually on the bottle. It's spelled whiskey, sue me, but it's only payable in BTC. So there we go. That was from a game Kanubi, I think, or Kubi, senior member there. So back in the day, so Richard's posting around that. Wing wong wang. Yeah. There we go. So that's some of the phrasings going on there. So that's the link to his comment. And that's pretty much it for Richard there. So, kind of bullish, right? My favorite part, of course, was this one here around the ETH reserve. I thought that was pretty cool, Richard putting that up about buyers or winners. And of course, I like this here about, Ethereum's success is funding through both in development and money into PulseChain, which is kind of cool. And then we've also got a big one down here, which is really, really exciting. The PulseChain train is coming to town, passing all barriers and breaking all resistances. And of course, messages in the play there. Hex to Mars, Chinese restaurant, says Hex to Mars. I thought it was Vietnamese, says Brennan. Right, so that's some of the cool stuff there on the old Richard Hart. So you got to get pretty excited about that. And that leads us into 1 hour on the live stream. Can you believe it? 1 hour. So kind of cool. Things are heading in the right direction there. Very cool indeed. All right, so what else are we going to talk about? I think that's it. Today. So are you feeling bullish? We've got a bit of a retrace, so obviously a chance to pick up a little bit more. I'm sure the Ethereum institutions that are acquiring more Ethereum are picking up it when it comes on a pullback because it makes it cheaper to do so, right? The cheaper they can pick it up, the better. We did see Tom Lee talk about that. He said, I'd rather, he said us acquisition vehicles would love it if Ethereum just held around for a couple of years. We'll buy it all for cheap. And they certainly will. But of course, they know they can't do that because it's a competitive environment out there and everyone is trying to buy it. So, they've got to pick it up. Any pullbacks, they'll be picking it up. Pretty much it. Brandon says the mountain and train image scared me. Yeah, well, it's supposed to get breaking boundaries, right? Breaking resistances there. Same as it's Hex to Mars. That's funny. All right, so that was pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And of course, a little reprieve before I guess the move on. PulseChain has had the golden crosses, right? In fact, let's just bring those up quickly on the golden crosses, see how that's performing with the old PulseChain. Obviously, all the leverage plays have pulled back a little bit. We'll talk about that in a minute. And let's see here. We're going to go to PulseChain. All right. We're going to go to the heart there. Let's pick that up. We're going to pulse quickly. Hex, we'll pull up PulseX as well. And check out all these charts. Let's go full screen on these. Bam, bam, bam. Full screen again on the old Hex. And full screen there on PulseX. We'll pull those in one after another. And this will be our final topic for sure. So let's bring in the charts. Bam, bam. We've got the charts here. We're going to remove the overlays as well. This is a PulseChain, and at the moment we can see that on the weekly we are looking very bullish. We're up and away. We're sitting at 51.63, so we're just 4 zeros, 51.63, so 5,163 there. And we have got the bullish cross here with the 9-day moving over the 21 and the 34. So that's really, really good, and we're above the 50-day in price. So looking good there. RSI sitting at 62, so we can continue to move higher if we so choose. That is the mark. Looking at the daily right now, we obviously had a golden cross back here on the 10th of August, and we have had all the moving averages all above the 200-day. So all the shorter-term moving averages from the 9-day down to the 50-day, all over the 200, and we're riding up that 9-day right now with a little bit of a pullback yesterday, but we're green right now as we speak. So that's pretty cool. So PulseChain looking very good indeed. The RSI just chilling around 65. So we're a little on the high side, but we're just having a good time here. So that is kind of the play right now. Looking at, if we look at further back, we've got a nice little kind of wonky W here, but that's presumably going to end up pretty well as well. I'm not sure what Brendan thinks of that, but that is looking pretty good. All right, so let's jump over to PulseX. PulseX, of course, we're looking at the ratio there as well. Pretty similar story here, right? With the moving averages, don't have the 21-day, but all the short-term averages are above the 50, and the RSI is even more cooler here, down at 60 right now. And probably more important with PulseX is the ratio to pulse, right? Because it's a leverage play, and that is where we are sitting at 0.76 pulse per 1 PulseX. But we're expecting this uptrend to continue. We'll probably just keep shadowing this amount here, and hopefully break up to the upside because PulseChain is slightly inflationary. Generally speaking, we got EIP 1559. We've got validated rewards less than fee burning, but here PulseX is just burning. It's just burning away. So buy and burns just keeps going constantly. We're at what do we say? We're at 7.59% is totally bought up and burned outside of the origin accounts, sacrifice accounts there. So onwards and upwards. There's probably just the dip in the little ratio. Expecting that to go back up as well. So you could make a really mad leverage plays here on PulseX, right? As the ratio goes up, and therefore the US dollar price will go up relative to Pulse, right? So it's the expectation there. We've had golden crosses on both of these. Looking further afield, of course, we've got that long-term resistance. Obviously, PulseChain has broken its long-term resistance, and here we've got just a pressure cooker here trying to break through on PulseX's, and of course that's even more, I guess, upside pressure to Pulse when it moves. And we've got a slightly cooler RSI as well. So PulseX looking really good right now. We got Hex at the moment, of course, is broken through its long-term resistance. So Pulse and PulseX are resistance. PulseX waiting to go, and we can see that we've got some cool things happening here. Obviously, we've got the movements. We don't have a on the weekly here. Of course, we've got a move up here on the 9 weekly moving average. It's past the 21 and the 34. In fact, the 34 is happening as we're kind of it's just happened. 34 has just happened, and of course the 50 is not far above it. At 1/10 of a penny on the old Hex, and we're above that too. So everything's looking pretty good. We're at 56 on the RSI. Moving to the daily, obviously got all the shorter time frames above the 200, and we got a really nice cooled off RSI here, 55. So it's actually the best looking chart out of all of these because it's got lots more room to move, and it's got all the same kind of moves. Now I would say that we've got a little bit more of a pullback here. It's not riding above the 9 moving average as much, but I think it's got a lot more room to move. So let's see how we go. Obviously, if Pulse and all that recovers too, then we're going to leverage play there. 1.1 cents. I think the train is not too far from leaving the station. We've got the electronic devices dropping in a week, and then the SEC doing a rate cut. Let's say it's even if it's 25 basis points, then that's 5 weeks to go. So 1 to 5 weeks left in the window to pick up some of the stuff, no doubt. And of course, we could see, Richard Hart could pop up at any time, and give us a God mode candle, right? Could do that at any time. So, or someone else, could be, God Whale or, anybody out there that's coming in. So that's kind of cool right now, sitting at 1.16 cents. What else can we say about that? Let's look at the ratio to Pulse. Right now, we're sitting on the downside. We've definitely come down quite a bit. 225 Pulse per one Hex. We were at 302 on the move, right? So, we'll probably get some sort of violent re-rate like this again in the chart here. And if we've only come back to 225, could see us even bolt past 300 on the next one. So keep a look out for that. That is where we are on those 3 coins. So I think that was kind of cool jumping in on that. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, we could have a lot of cool stuff happening for sure. Looking bullish, says Brennan. So he's our TA guru, and he's just said it's looking bullish. I was hoping, that's pretty cool. All right, I was going to make jokes about that, but I can't now. So it sounds wrong. All right, so yeah, we may have Richard come in anytime. Hits the doorbell. Oh, what's this? Okay, Richard's could be here, guys. Could be here. Let's see if he's here. Are you here, Richard?
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
Yeah, well, I tend to agree with them. It's going to be good. Right. On that note, I think that's the end of the show. An hour and 8 minutes. Not bad. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Lots of cool things. Now, this weekend, I'm going to be on a number of next Saturday through to Monday. Going to be on a number of other shows. So look forward to that. I'm going to be on three shows, different threes coming up. And then we've got the PulseChain conference coming up too, I think next week. So that's four things coming up. I'm going to be on other shows, which is, pretty different for me. Yes, normally I do a solo show type thing. But yeah, we're going to be doing, coming up with 4 different people out there. You'll know who they all are. And of course the PulseChain conference as well. Going to be on day 1 on PulseChain conference. I'll be talking probably a lot about the PulseChain weekly newsletter, the monster thread, and maybe a few extra things like that around publications. So look forward to that. It's going to be a fun session. It's going to be at the same time as I normally do my live stream, so that makes it easy for me. Going to be on some cool stuff coming up, so keep tabs of that. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're 110 minutes on the hour, pretty much. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one. Daily shows on the Crypto Night Show. Your host, Superman, in the house, and of course, 8 p.m. Eastern daily. And good times. If you want to get in Discord, the link's in the description. Get in there, folks. The Strategy Club and of course, community memberships are both fantastic. and I'll catch you in there. Bye for now. Take care.